Hi guys, my name's Lauren and today I am going to be tinting and laminating my own brows, creating this bolder, fluffier brow look. Now, just a few disclaimers to put out there. If you are going to try this yourself, please make sure you do your patch test so you don't end up with a horrible allergic reaction. I've done it numerous times, so I know that my skin is okay with all of these products that I've used today. And also, if you're a beautician, I would probably just stop watching this video right now because you will just cringe at my techniques, I think. So yeah, other than that, if you're interested in how I got this bold, fluffy brow look, then stay tuned and watch the video. We'll start off with the lamination part of this video first, and that's because I just read somewhere that the solutions that you use for the lamination can actually strip off some of the tint, and we don't want that. So for the lamination, I actually use this Lash lift kit. I got it off Amazon, and I'll link it down below. And it's really good for lash lifts, but obviously that's not what we're doing in today's video. But if you wanted to give that a go as well, then you know, do it, because I got great results when I used it for a lash lift. I'm just going to take a baby wipe first of all. Although I'm not a massive fan of using these on my face, but I just want to get off any moisturiser and skincare that I've got on my brow area, so it's a completely blank canvas to work on. Let me show you this kit. You've got obviously lash lift pads, the tool, and you've got your steps here. This is glue, and then you've got brushes in here. I'm going to start off with the glue. It's just a false lash glue, and basically what I'm going to do is coat my eyebrows with that and position them into the shape that I want them. So obviously, because it's brow lamination, I'm going to brush them all upwards with the glue. In the lash lift toolbox, I've grabbed myself a spoolie brush. So I'm going to start just coating my brows in the glue and going to brush them up whilst that's drying. So I'm just going to brush mine straight up. So making sure that you're brushing your brows in place before that glue completely dries down. Just zoom you in a bit more. So I can feel that that glue's drying now and really sticking. So I'm really going to brush my brows up into place, and then these ones down here I'm just going to sort of brush in an outwards direction. So looking completely crazy right now, but that's alright. So I'll just do the same to the other eye as well. Could you imagine if I walked around with brows like this? You will notice, by the way, that I have got semi-permanent makeup on my brows, which is why all that shape's still there. My brows basically look a bit bold without it, sadly. I've got all my brow hairs pointing upwards and outwards how I wanted them. You know, you stick yours in whichever, you know, way that you want them. But just remember that they're not going to be stuck. So my hairs are not going to be just stuck like this now forever. They're going to be chemically straightened, and then I can brush them in whichever direction that I want to, and also trim them, which I maybe need to do. The other thing that I want to say before I throw this on is that I have done this numerous times, but please, if you are going to do it, make sure that you patch test everything first, so that you don't have a reaction to anything. Taking my perm-in solution, and I'm just going to go in with some cotton buds, and basically coat both eyebrows with the solution. I put a good layer on, make sure it really does the trick. So just dip that cotton bud into the solution and coating it on. It stinks, this stuff. I'm guessing it's that classic perm smell, which, I mean, it's not really that popular in hairdressers anymore as when I was like a kid, but still it reeks. And then again, I'll coat the other brow. Okay, so that's both brows coated. So now what we need to do is to put cling film over them. So I've got my trusty Aldi cling film here. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop some over the brows, like so, and I'll just fold it back down. Obviously this bit that I've got is way too big, but it doesn't really matter. So smooth them down. Now you can leave this for 8 to 12 minutes, but I'm going to leave mine for 10, and then I'll come back and we'll get on with the next part. Okay, so my timer's just gone off to say it's been 10 minutes, so I'm going to remove the cling film and just discard that. And then you get this little cleaner tool in the kit. So I'm just going to use that to scrape the excess stuff off and use a baby wipe to clean it off the tool. My eyelashes seem to have come a bit unstuck, but that's fine because I'm just going to keep them in the same position anyway. They're not really going anywhere. So on this cleaning tool, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see it on camera. You can see that there's two sides there. So there's this scrapey side, and then there's this one that's kind of got brush, like comb-like edges. So I go in with the scrapey side first to get the bulk off, and then I go through with the comb side to get the rest off. So the next part now is the number 2 fixation. So nice crazy brows again. I do use cotton buds, like I've said, but the kit does come with these little applicator tools that you can use instead. I just prefer, because I'm doing my brows, to use a cotton bud. So again, I'm going to take some cling film and put it over my brows. Making sure that all of the brow is covered. Fold that down. And then again, you leave it for 8 to 12 minutes. I'll set another timer for 10 minutes and then I'll be back. Okay, so we've done 10 minutes with the fixation solution on. So I'm just gonna take this off. And now I'm just going, you could use like a cotton pad or something like that. I'm just going to use a baby wipe just to take this solution off. And also try and get the glue fully off as well. So in this kit you do get two other things. You get a cleanser, which I don't normally use, and you also get an oil, but I'm not going to be using that oil because I'm going to tint my brows now. If I put the oil on, it can interfere with the tint and the tint wouldn't take properly. I'm just going to zoom you in a bit more actually, you can't really see properly there. So I don't use the oil for that reason, that I don't want it to interfere with the tint. So although it's not mega dramatic on me, my brows actually don't normally hold the shape at all. They go straight to face that direction. I think it's just so many years of me trying to keep them in check, and now fashion's changed and my eyebrows just aren't getting with the programme. So for tint, I use the Eyelure Dye Brow in dark brown. This is so easy. You get two things. You get number one, which is the cream, and number two, the activator. They come in this tray, and this here is like a little bowl. So I use this bowl to mix everything together. It's approximately 2 centimetres of the cream colour and then 5 drops of the activator. So that's my cream colour on there, and then 5 drops of this. And then I'm actually going to take one of my little tools from the Lash Lift kit and just mix all that together. So using the same tool that I used to mix the tint, I'm just going to apply that on my brows. So I'm quite careful with the placement of the tint because I don't want it to go anywhere that I don't want to be tinted, if that makes sense. And I just spend my time carefully applying that. So just like that. So making sure that I'm happy with the shape of where I've put the tint, and then I'll go over to the other eyebrow. So tint's applied, and again I'm just going to leave this for 10 minutes now. No cling film or anything like that this time. So just leave that for 10 minutes and then I'll be back and we will see the finished look. We've been developing for 10 minutes now, so what I'm going to do is to take some cotton rounds and just wipe the tint off. These cotton pads are just dry, so I'm literally just dry wiping all that tint off. So there we have those nice fluffy brows, and they're darker. So they look fluffy and thicker, but not too out there, I don't think. So yeah, I'm really happy with how they look. Let me know down in the comments what you think, or if you've tried it before. Please give it a thumbs up if you like this video, and subscribe. I'd be so grateful, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.